talking about how what the Chinese are trying to do is control our currency. They're trying to control our manufacturing. As you mentioned there, Indiana is this manufacturing powerhouse of the United States. But they're also trying to control our health care, right? Like, and that's one of the things that our friends here that are sponsoring this event here today are very focused on. I know you've written letters to the FDA raising questions about these cheap Chinese compound drugs that are getting pushed into the country. The nation is on a big kick right now, very focused on these GLP-1s. We're seeing these cheap Chinese compounds coming in. I know you've pressed them on this, and you've introduced legislation as well, the SAFE Act, about this. Can you talk to us about where things stand with regard to this? Have you gotten clear answers from the FDA? Do we have any progress update on this? And tell us about the SAFE Act and what that would do.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to the early confirmation hearings and my first moments in the U.S. Senate after 8 years in the House. And when we confirmed Secretary Kennedy, the first question I asked him on the HELP committee, which I sit on, was about this issue. I mean, how do we untangle this mess with 30 to 40% of pharmaceutical manufacturing happens in China, our biggest enemy? If we didn't learn anything from COVID and how they leverage that moment against us, it should be this: that we should get all of that out of China as much as we can. And we see what they do to manipulate so many different things, but when it comes to pharmaceuticals and drug compounding is the wild west of drug manufacturing. So, and when they manipulate the holes in our laws for their benefit and screw great American companies like Eli Lilly over the interest of American and in their favor, and flood our country with cheap and dangerous ingredients for drug compounding of GLP-1s or whatever drugs those might be, and then the FDA turns a blind eye to it. I mean, that's not America first.